there's lots of that, right? Like there is as much time as your designers can spend together. That's the way to do it, so that everybody is aware of everybody else, how they're thinking, how they're arriving at things, so that the designs can support each other and um, move towards the same end. They're five fingers of a hand, right? So, but I mean, only if you have projection, otherwise they're four fingers. um, but they, there's a real, it's tricky. You have to have enough as a designer. You have to have enough of an ego to know that your opinions belong in the room, and that you have to trust that eventually together you will find the right answer. And you also have to be egoless enough to be able to hear and to accept it. The best idea in the room for your set actually comes from the composer, or the sound designer, or totally, because they have a little more distance and they can see it, and they can maybe ask a better question of what's what's there. You get your head in the weeds a little bit and it's hard to see. And so sometimes it's very hard to hear that something that you absolutely love is actually not working in the greater picture. But it's, the more directors are able to speak to trust emotionally that it's not their job to know the answer, but to know the issue, to be able to say, not necessarily dictate the design should be this, but I would like it to feel like this. Can you help me find a way for it to feel? And those words are purely emotional. I need it to feel terrifying in this moment. I need to become terrifying over this moment. I need it to feel generous. What's the arc of the character, and how does that become reflected in the space, the world, the clothes? What are people wearing? How do they move through a space? So it's definitely it's a real art, and it does take a lot of making sure that you have the right designers with you, and they are learning that process and meeting each other together to find the nut in the center. So it's both that thing of embracing your own sense of the work, and trusting. Many directors I work with will ask for, even on the days that they ask for something quite specific, when they come back, I will have a version like, okay, this is the design that you asked for, but actually, I think, you take it out of the box and put the other one in, and be like, or straight up, this isn't what you asked for, but this is where what you asked for led me. And that, those are the best days. Those are the best days. Because, what you want is to put everybody around you in the safest creative space, to have the dumbest ideas that are always the gateway to the good ideas. And nobody can do that if they don't feel artistically safe. What I do is a complete mystery to so many other people, in the same way that I don't understand how light work. I mean, obviously I understand a lot about how light works, but I don't know how you birth an idea like that. So it is about finding the shared vocabulary in a way, and trusting the people around you to do their, it doesn't always go right. You don't always have the right collaborators. People sometimes can't hear each other in these processes, and it can be very tricky. So there is that factor as well.